In the spring of 1982, in the remote village of Gungcheon, South Korea, life moved at a gentle pace. Children laughed as they played in the fields. Neighbors gathered for dinner, sharing stories and laughter. It was a place untouched by the chaos of the outside world. But on the night of April 26th, this peaceful village would become the stage of the deadliest single-man massacre in modern history. His name was Woo, a police constable. Born in 1955, he had served in the military before joining the police force. Colleagues remembered him as quiet, but when alcohol was involved, his temper would flare. Behind his uniform, he carried insecurities and a fragile mind, unknown to those around him. On the evening of April 26th, after heavy drinking, Woo had a heated argument with his girlfriend. What began as a trivial quarrel escalated into uncontrollable rage. Stumbling back to his quarters, he smashed furniture and screamed in anger. Moments later, he armed himself with an M1 rifle and grenades from the police station. The night would no longer be the same. Shortly past midnight, Woo entered the sleeping village. He knocked on doors, calling residents outside, only to open fire. Bullets tore through homes. Grenades exploded, engulfing houses in flames. Children, women, the elderly, no one was spared. Screams filled the night as neighbors ran desperately through narrow alleys, only to be struck down. The village became a war zone, created by one man. Families hid in fields, in barns, in the dark corners of their homes. Mothers covered their children's mouths, praying they would not be heard. But Woo hunted relentlessly, moving house to house. Police reinforcements were slow, leaving the villagers to face the nightmare alone. By dawn, police had surrounded the area. But before they could capture him, Woo pulled the pin on a grenade. The explosion ended his life and left the village in ruins. In just a few hours, 56 lives were taken. 35 more were wounded. Corpses filled the streets, homes burned to the ground. Parents wept over the bodies of their children. Survivors carried scars, physical and emotional, that would never heal. The massacre shocked the entire nation. How could a police officer, the very symbol of protection, become the source of such horror? Public outrage was immense. In response, the government tightened firearm regulations, reinforced mental health screenings, and reformed police weapon protocols. But for many, these changes came far too late. Today, the Woo case remains one of the deadliest lone gunman massacres in history. It is studied by criminologists and historians as a lesson in both human psychology and systemic failure. But beyond the statistics, there is a village that still remembers, families who still grieve. To remember this tragedy is not to dwell on the past, but to ensure that such horror is never repeated again.